science and sorcery intertwine as Jack Deth leaps into another dimension in the final chapter of Full Moon Entertainment's Trancers 5. Director David Nutter had certain objectives for the piece.
The goals that I set for myself and set for the story to make it believable, make people care, make it understandable, and trying to make it so the audience would never look at something in a strange, what's happening there and what's going on there and this doesn't look good.
Ensuring the fight scenes look good is actor-stunt coordinator Jeff Moldovan.
One thing I did from the get-go that I was real happy that I did was involve a friend of mine who's a stunt man, a stunt coordinator, and also a very good actor, Jeff Moldovan. In this particular film, there were a lot of stunts and action sequences for the actors, and Jeff got highly involved in that, and basically was able to set up a lot of the action sequences, the sword fights.
What I've tried to do to make it different visually is to assign animal fighting characteristics to the lead actors in the show.
He's been real good about working with what our strengths are as people, as individuals, and different fighting styles. My animal was a spider, because spiders like to lure people into traps. And I think it's sort of combination spider and pit bull, because I get awfully vicious.
How nice to see you again.
Jeff had this idea when he came into Romania that each of our characters were a different animal, and he said I was a fox. Yeah, she's sly. She definitely attacks prey that's already hurt, and I'm small, and it makes sense.
Prospero, Caliban's son, I base also on a wolf. He's very cunning and evasive and doesn't want to confront anyone unless he has to, and then he can be pretty deadly.
You have made a tragic mistake, Father.
Caliban is, of course, kind of a combination of a wolf and a spider, oddly enough.
One of the things I used for Caliban was an Aikido master. I chose to use Caliban as a man who does not use a great deal of physical effort, and Aikido being an art of using an opponent's energy against themselves was, I felt, a justifiable choice.
Not everyone complied with Jeff's animal directives.
I just didn't do a damn thing about those animals. Jack Deth don't be playing no animals, you understand?
Of course, physical effort is not necessary when you're Caliban.
Caliban will engage in swordplay, especially in 5, only to amuse himself. It's not as if I need a sword to fight either Prospero or Jack Deth, but it can be fun. Caliban has metaphysical powers, which go much further beyond magic. He is really in tune with the cosmos.
Helping to bring Caliban in tune with the cosmos is the fabled Timon, created by Alchemy FX.
The Timon was made back in LA by John Fidel. He sculpted it, molded it in silicone. Fiberglass was poured into the mold, and a hole was drilled out in the back. We just stick a light bulb in it, and over here are the batteries in the pack. You can turn it on and dim it. It's not terribly bright, but then in post-production they'll do an optical glow on it. So when it powers up, it'll glow brighter and gives Caliban all of his powers. You can get one for $99.95.
The Timon wasn't the only special effect employed in Trancers 5.
I'm rigging up a test for the director David Nutter to see zipline arrow effect that Tim's going to actually be hit with one of these days pretty soon. But it's just a fiberglass piece that'll get taped to Tim's undershirt, just like I'm doing to this dummy. And then there's the bolt in the center here that a fishing line will be connected to. And a small arrow, a hollow arrow, will run along the wire. What we've got is 2 wires, and then we pull the 2 apart. And then as you pull them apart, the arrow travels along the wire. It's a hollow piece of plastic with a needle on the end of it. So it sticks into, we'll have a little piece of styrofoam or leather here, so it won't actually stick into Tim, hopefully. So in a very quick shot, you'll see an arrow actually enter him, and it'll just cut to a reaction with Tim with another kind of mount on. We'll put one of these on and stick the arrow in the aluminum mount, so he'll be able to walk around freely with no wires.
A good effect is nothing without brilliant acting. It's just...
Huh?
Ted's got a few other special effects tricks up his sleeve.
It's got the arrow that drops down, a string that pulls back. It's held parallel to camera and fired, or straight on. It appears to leave when it just drops down.
Although his special effect work is incredible, Ted can't please everybody.
This is for last night.
Once the arrow is fired, it has to have some place to land.
He wanted to pierce my nose, but what he's going to do is to rig a gag where the arrow comes through from the rear, pierces through the front, and I'm going to reach around, grab it, and yank it out. Make me look good, Ted.
Oh, sure.
Make it look painful to mere mortal, but to me, nada.
Special effect work is exciting, but it isn't the heart of a film.
I guess for me, the scenes that I enjoy most doing on a personal level are the two people scenes. I think the scene in Trancers 5 when Prospero really confronts Jack Deth about what he feels like as a trancer. That's, I think, the most favorite scene I've ever been involved in.
One lady who gets personal with Jack Deth is Stacy Randall.
Fabulous. I thought he was great. Funny, very funny, except when it's your turn to do your close-up and he breaks into some kind of character like Sammy Davis Jr. and you can't forget it. It's like, cut, take two. But he was great to work with everybody. Kept everybody laughing.
So if you don't have the tongue well placed in the cheek and have the sense of humor going, it can get pretty bland.
Your name will be taught to our children and our children's children.
Swell.
Trancers 5. The world will never be the same.
Jack has left me something special.
I was very interested in the concept of combining science fiction and Western imagery together.
You got a problem, Red Eye?
Yeah, I got a problem. You must.
It's been done before with pictures like Westworld, and Hammer Films did it with Moon Zero 2, and there was Outland, and some people say that Star Wars is really a Western, essentially. But I'd never really seen a film that quite like Oblivion that was going to truly take those images and have a lot of fun with it. And the way that I open the film is we start with a tumbleweed rolling across a dusty plain, and then a spaceship flies in overhead. And to me, that's the essence of what Oblivion's all about.
I hear Stone has a son out prospecting somewhere.
You don't think I should be concerned with him, do you?
The son of this marshal returns to the town. He's basically a pacifist, and the people of the town want him to take over as the law, but he's not really interested. And through a lot of circumstances, he's kind of forced to step up to the plate in the same way that the Clint Eastwood character in The Unforgiven is forced to reevaluate his whole feelings about the use of violence. But it's done with a lot of humor and fun.
What happened to, I don't want to hurt anybody?
Well, I don't want to hurt anyone. Unfortunately, you happen to be standing right where my gun's about to go off.
I mean, the town of Oblivion is populated by a lot of eccentric crazy characters. Like the saloon is run by Miss Kitty, who's a feline alien with 9 lives, played by Julie Newmar of Catwoman fame. The town doctor, who's also the town drunk, and the town inventor and robot repairman, is played by George Takei of Star Trek fame.
Give me a bottle.
The Undertaker, Gaunt, is played by Carl Stryken, who played Lurch in the Addams Family movies. And he has psychic ability to know when and where death is going to happen. So whenever he walks into a room, everybody starts running for the hills.
You're the only one who's ever happy to see me.
Everyone is dead when they see you.
It seems like I'm always involved in bringing a lot of dark humor to the projects that I work on. Many times the scripts will start out much more serious than when I get done with it.
Nice catch. Practice makes perfect.
Well, special effects has always been a true love of mine. I mean, I grew up just loving all the Ray Harryhausen Saturday matinee kind of movies, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad and Jason and the Argonauts, and this was my first opportunity to work with some stop motion animation. We had these giant scorpions that attacked on 3 separate occasions during the film. It was really, really interesting to work with that process. I mean, we did all of the live action stuff with the actors in Romania.
Stand back, please.
The other effects in the film, we have a creature called the Manding, which was done as it's kind of a toad-like creature, and that was done with live action puppetry.
All right! Who else? We don't need no stinking badges!
It's very kind of tongue-in-cheek action-adventure with a really interesting story with central characters that you truly care about. There's never been anything quite like it, but I think if you like science fiction or westerns, you're gonna find something to smile at in this movie for sure.
I love the way this guy talks!
It's a hey, this man.
Some kids are always getting picked on.
Just give it back to him.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
Come on, you guys.
Look, Sally, could you just stay the hell out of this, okay?
Even when things seem to be going their way.
You're trembling.
The bullies won't leave them alone.
And that's for putting your hands on my girl.
But these kids have someone watching out for them.
Are those boys bothering you?
Someone very special. But even he couldn't save them from their fate. They're dead, but not for long.
I command you, awaken. What have we here?
I can't feel my body. I feel so weird.
This is so bad.
Now the little guys are in charge. Shrunken heads. When Rick Myers tapped into the secret of artificial life,
it's the formula.
He became the master of Andre Toulon's puppets.
The future is yours, Rick, as well as the magic. Guard and protect it and keep it from evil.
Now, his new-found power will make him a pawn.
And you say there are 7 of these puppets still at the hotel?
Between a corporation.
Now, once we're inside, what we're looking for are 6 stringless puppets.
And a demon from hell.
The others,
Are they still in the hotel?
Just pick up anything that looks like a puppet.
Something's not right.
One will stop at nothing to capture the puppets.
Hey, you think these things are dangerous?
Oh, please, don't be ridiculous.
The other will unleash the forces of darkness to destroy them all.
Oh, you are beautiful. We have their magic. They're gonna keep coming until they get it back or until they're stopped.
Oh my God.
Puppet Master 5, coming soon from Full Moon Entertainment. In the darkest depths of hell.
You know the law. You know it is forbidden for us to leave this pit.
I would happily pay the consequences for a single day of freedom.
An avenging angel has found the gateway to a world of unchecked evil.
The demons from hell are coming!
A world called Earth.
It is only you who would make the ascent wearing your own flesh.
Heaven has chosen her to judge our souls and send sinners.
Please! Get away!
Straight to hell.
Who's ever responsible for the killings is probably on some sick quest.
On a mission of vengeance, the last thing she expected to find was love.
I want you to accept me into your dwelling.
Now, passion.
Are you attracted to me?
Veronica, you are a complete and utter mystery to me.
Will control her fate.
It's not in my nature to turn away from evil, Max.
Are you responsible for those murders?
I'm not human, Max. I turn into another person. A person that might repulse you.
Hell has no fury like the Dark Angel.
Who the hell are you?
Don't you know what I am?
Dark Angel. The Ascent. The producers of Reanimator and From Beyond take you to a town on the edge of madness, where people have become prey for an evil under the ground.
These damn things have been living under our feet and tearing us apart for 20 years!
A lurking fear that hides an unholy fortune.
In that cemetery is buried a guy who is stuffed with money. This is your family legacy, kid.
Now,
Don't even breathe.
Hey, I don't know what you people got going on here.
As soon as we blow the cemetery, you can walk away.
criminals have come to dig for treasure.
Well, I'll make all of this very easy for you. I'm just here for the money.
In a cemetery of the damned. And hell has risen to hunt them.
It's starting.
I knew we'd be brought together.
Finch. Blake Bailey. Hellraisers, Ashley Lawrence. Ghost, Vincent Schiavelli. And Reanimators, Jeffrey Combs. In H.P. Lovecraft's The Lurking Fear.